Hi guys, so this is me Shreyaa Sharma. So welcome to Unacademy. So today, as we already know कि prelims का result आ गया है, so today we'll be talking about how to deal with prelims failure and the way forward, because most of you, the ones who are watching this right now, must have not made it to the mains, right? That happens all the time. Because before you even began your preparation, I am so sure you knew it कि preparing for UPSC is almost like a mutual fund. There can be amazing returns, but then a lot of risk is involved. And it happens all the time. It is normal, it is natural. If you clear it, crack it in your very first attempt, very good. बहुत अच्छी बात है. लेकिन अगर नहीं भी हुआ है तो भी not an issue. You have attempts, ठीक है? So please don't be sad right now. Don't waste your time. Let us just channelize the kind of energy we have and try to do better, right? So first of all, I guess you all already know कि हमारा civil services का exam जो है UPSC conduct कराता है, right? Now when UPSC is getting this exam organized in the entire country, don't you think कि अगर उन्होंने 6 attempts दिए हैं तो कुछ सोच के दिए होंगे, right? So because UPSC knows they will be losing out on good candidates, the kind of important candidates who actually were working but somehow couldn't make it. So just to account for that, उन्होंने आपको 6 attempts दिए हैं, because it is normal and very natural कि एक बार में या 2 बार में नहीं होता है, हो जाता है. It's perfectly normal. So अगर अभी तक नहीं हुआ है, not a problem, कभी हो जाएगा. So just be relaxed about it. So now let us talk about different things related to the exam, how to proceed. So I guess you all already know, अगर आपने इस साल exam दिया है, कि लगभग 10 से 11 लाख लोग जो है form fill करते हैं, है ना? So out of those 11 or 10 to 11 lakh people, about 5 to 6 lakh go and give the exam, है ना? उसमें से भी about 10 to 15,000 qualify. बाकी nobody does qualify. So I am sure that when you began this entire thing, you knew कि this is going to happen. This might happen कि you might clear it, you might not, but सही है, it happens all the time. So please congratulate yourself in the very first place कि at least आपने जाके exam दिया है, अगर आपने इस साल दिया है तो. So that is something very good, because it takes a lot of courage to itself go and write the exam. It is not that easy. Like डरते हैं लोग एग्ज़ाम देने से पहले कि कैसे एग्ज़ाम देंगे, क्या करें, दें या ना दें. There are a lot of dilemmas. But still you went there, you wrote the exam, so kudos to you. Because the kind of thing you realize in the examination hall, उस दिन जब आप एग्ज़ाम दे रहे होते हो ना, you will never get that in any mock test. No matter how many mock tests you give, the kind of experience you gain that day will match no other day. So जो examination hall में actually होता है, that is something that happens nowhere else. So if you did go and give the exam, you know it already कि what had to be done, what all happens there, how you perform, how your thinking goes. So at least if not this time round, you know it for the second time round कि आपने कैसे करना है और क्या क्या करना है, correct? So that is something you gained out of it. And an experience in UPSC is no way bad. Like लोग prelims means interview से भी वापस आते हैं. So it is perfectly normal. Do not stress about it. So let's just discuss further about it now. Firstly, आप में से कुछ लोगों का ये problem हुआ होगा कि आप लोग बहुत dilemmas में होंगे कि अब क्या करें, नहीं हुआ अभी. Either you would be preparing for 1 year से आप prepare कर रहे थे, and you're we lost out on a year. And then some of you would be you would have given up your job offers, you didn't join somewhere, आपने joining defer कर दिया होगा. Some of you अपनी PhDs में enroll नहीं किए होंगे. कुछ तो graduates ही होंगे who actually kind of stopped right after graduation कि हम देने वाले हैं. So yes, these dilemmas are normal, they are natural, this kind of thing happens with everybody. Everybody has this issue where they are involved कि अब क्या करें. एक साल हमने UPSC prepare कर लिया, prelims crack नहीं हुआ, so अब क्या करेंगे. So we'll try and talk about this. So what I've done is I have categorized the UPSC aspirants, or rather the candidates who go and write the exam, into 3 categories. So just identify which category you fall into, and then accordingly we'll see कि किसको क्या करना है. First of all, the first category is जो exam देते हैं बस देने के लिए, कि because some friend is giving, some relative is giving. So if you are giving, I'll also write the exam. This is the worst category to be writing the exam from, because आपको करना नहीं है, आप सिर्फ इसलिए कर रहे हो क्योंकि कोई और कर रहा था, या जस्ट बिकॉज किसी ने बोल दिया कि अच्छी ऑप्शन है, अच्छा करियर है, दैट इज़ वाई यू वॉन्ट टू डू इट. So this is something, if you have this kind of a notion right here, please do not waste your time any further. Do what you actually want to do. Do not just go by it because somebody else is writing the exam, some of your friends wrote it, peer group में किसी ने लिख दिया. Just because of that you're giving the exam, there is no big fool than you. So stop right away. बिल्कुल मत करो. You are doing something really wrong and don't do this. So this was the first category, who just went to give the exam just because somebody wrote it, या देना था या नहीं देना था. ठीक है, खत्म. अब second problem जो मतलब second category जो है, they are the people who wrote the exam due to some sort of pressure, be it because of your friends, be it because of your family, whatever. You were like, you didn't want to write it in the first place, but then somehow you were influenced in a way ki no, UPSC is something really good, we have to do this, we have to write it. So that is why you went and wrote the exam. Guys, there are people who are following their passions to join the civil services and are not making it. So you really think with the pressures you are succumbing to, you will be making it. It's not that easy. It's not really possible because people are driven by motivation from the very desire to go and do it. Like they are not being able to do it despite the fact they are driven by a lot of, self motivation ki karna hai. तो अगर वो लोगों का नहीं हो रहा है तो आप तो खाली प्रेशर के लिए कर रहे हो. सो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है. लाइक अगर आप एक इंजीनियर हो और आपको इंजीनियरिंग ही करनी है, ये हो सकता है, इट इज़ परफेक्टली नॉर्मल, कर सकते हो आप ये. अगर आपको कुछ और करना है, या यू वांट टू डू सम MBA, यू वांट टू बी cracking GATE and then doing MTech or something, it is perfectly normal. आप वो कीजिए. Why do you want to do something someone else is wanting you to do? Don't do it that way. वो कीजिए जो आप करना चाहते हो, right? So ये तो दो first two categories थे जिनको who just wrote the exam for some reason or the other. The third category is the serious aspirant category, who actually worked for it, who did not go out, didn't socialize. They are the people who actually worked for it and then they couldn't make it. So guys, it's okay, हो जाता है, ये problem है. But then you have 6 attempts. अगर आपका एक अटेम्प्ट नहीं हुआ, 2 अटेम्प्ट नहीं हुआ, 3 भी नहीं हुआ, तो 5th 6th किसी अटेम्प्ट में हो सकता है ना. Like if you are putting in all the effort, if you're working for it, then I am sure you will get it someday. Trust me, if you are working for it, you will get it. But when is a problem, and that is the only issue in UPSC because time involved बहुत ज़्यादा है. Even if you clear the prelims, even if you clear the mains interview, you still are stuck for 1.5 year. So the entire process is very long. So that is why people, are scared of it or do get depressed at times. So these are the 3 categories broadly. Now let's come to, चलो exam दे दिया है, अब आगे क्या करना है, like what to do, what's the way forward. First of all, जो first 2 categories थे ना, फर्स्ट वाले जिन्होंने जस्ट सिर्फ इसलिए दिया बिकॉज एग्जाम देना था, एंड द सेकेंड वन हु जस्ट रोट इट बिकॉज ऑफ सम प्रेशर और द अदर, प्लीज डिसाइड फॉर योर सेल्फ कि डू यू वॉन्ट टू डू दिस, डू यू रियली लाइक, आर यू रियली इंटरेस्टेड इन इट. बिकॉज इफ यू थिंक दैट इट इज जस्ट बिकॉज इट विल गिव यू एन अमेजिंग लाइफ, आई एम टेलिंग यू to you very bluntly out of personal experience, do not think that your life is going to be very simple after you crack the UPSC, you get a rank, be it you get IAS services as well, like the first few rankers get that. So even if you get into the Indian administrative services or the police services or whatever, the thing is, do not think your life is going to be simple after that, because आप LBS से नहीं भी चले जाओगे अन अकेडमी में, तब भी आपको बहुत सारे कोर्सेज करने हैं, एग्जाम्स देने हैं. इवन इफ यू आर जॉइनिंग द सर्विसेज, यू विल हैव टू बी डीलिंग विद अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, प्रेशर्स, पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर्स, मेनी थिंग्स. सो डोंट थिंक कि बस UPSC क्लियर हो गया, एक ढंग का रैंक आ गया और बात खत्म. इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दैट. इट डजंट एंड देयर. So please decide, like, is it something that you want to do? Like, was it something that you wanted to do always? Decide for yourself and then take your call. Now the third category of aspirants who were the serious aspirants. Now this is an issue here because अगर आपका first attempt है तो it might not be a big problem कि okay you can always give yourself another chance. अगर second third attempt है तो थोड़ा issue हो जाता है, not because of anything else but then social pressure. हम इंडिया में रहते हैं, काफ़ी problem होती है. So just that you have to take your own decision. मैं किसी को भड़काने की कोशिश नहीं कर रही हूँ, but then it is your own life. You want to do something, you have always wanted to do something, you know how it can be done, then why not? लाइक 60 years के होके आप अपना आज का एक डिसीजन रिग्रेट करोगे कि ओके आई डिडंट डू इट दैट वे दैट पर्टिकुलर डे, आई थॉट आई ड्रॉप द प्रेपरेशन थिंग. Don't regret it that day ना. So take a decision right here, right now कि आपको ये करना है कि नहीं. If you really want to do it, then please take a call and prepare. आराम से prepare करो, हो जाएगा. Not an issue. अब उसमें भी है कि अब अगर prepare भी करना decide कर लिया तो कैसे करना है. So first of all, stick to a timetable. Make a timetable for yourself, because if you do not make a timetable, you'll not know what you're doing. Kind of define your goals कि आपने कब तक क्या कंप्लीट करना है और कैसे कंप्लीट करना है. बिकॉज अगर आपके पास एक सेट पैटर्न नहीं है कि आपको कब क्या ख़त्म करना है, हाउ यू विल बी गोइंग अबाउट इट, देन इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू डिसाइड कि आपने कितना ख़त्म कर लिया और कितना आपको आगे ख़त्म करना है. सो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, प्लीज मेक अ टाइम टेबल एंड स्टिक टू इट. Like, don't be very flexible with the timetable thinking ठीक है, this is did not finish today, we'll finish it tomorrow. Don't. Have a target, finish it the very day it has to be done. That is very important. ठीक है. इसके अलावा what the very serious aspirants I'll tell them to do is, अगर आपको लग रहा था after prelims कि आपका शायद means होगा इस साल, like you were preparing for your means, so do one thing, do not give up on the means preparation yet. Because if you were really preparing after the 18th of August itself, so you must have covered some segment of your GS papers or your optionals, essay, whatever you were doing. So continue with that preparation. So what you can do is, आप अक्टूबर तक, जबकि एक्चुअली मीन्स जब तक है, आप तब तक प्रिपेयर करते रहिए एंड देन ट्राई एंड राइट दोज पेपर्स, लाइक बिकॉज इट इज़ लाइक आपने पूरा प्रिपेयर कर लिया, सो यू विल गेट अ डेमो एज टू हाउ यू वुड हैव परफॉर्म. ठीक है, तो यू विल गेट टू नो कि हाउ यू वुड हैव डन इट और हाउ यू वुड हैव परफॉर्म रिलेटिवली, सो यू विल गेट टू नो दैट. Then you have November and December. November and December में like after you've done your means का answer writing, like after the exact exam, then what you can do is, आप अपना नवंबर और दिसंबर वाले पार्ट में वो कंसोलिडेट करो जो आपको लगता है आपको नहीं आता था या यू वेंट रॉन्ग समवेयर. ठीक है, देन यू कैन बी रीडिंग दैट पार्ट. In January and February, you can be, once again completing the entire problem about the entire prelim syllabus, whatever the problem areas were, cover it completely so that you are done with it. Then March, April and May, you have 3 months in your hands. What you can do here is, आप test series कर सकते हो join, write tests, because अगर आप करोगे ऐसे ऐसे तो you'll get to know कि what is happening, you'll get to assess yourself, and then you'll be in practice of doing the questions. Join a very good test series. Do not solve those 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of MCQs. Solve the statement based MCQs, because that is how UPSC asks them. So do those things that like during March, April and May. Then you will even have to cover your economic survey, budget, yojna, whatever current affairs are going on along with it. So devise a strategic timetable for it. Another thing you can do it like around when you are actually approaching June. Please stop interacting with a lot of people. That is not important at that time. June May, like 1st of June, 2nd of June, please be cool, calm, composed. There is nothing that can be done in those 2 days. Just let it be. You've done it. You did prepare all this while. Now have faith in yourself. And then on the 3rd of June, go and give your exam very nicely. And just go with a clear mind, and I'm sure if you worked hard all this while, you will make it. Like, that is a very normal thing. If you are working for something with a lot of diligence, with a lot of perseverance, you will make it. Trust me on that, right? Now this is for the serious aspirants, the ones who are like still deciding whether they have to do it or not. What in case you really think you want to do it, what you can do is, आप कोई टेस्ट सीरीज ज्वाइन कर लो अभी से. देन व्हाट विल हैपन इज, आप साथ साथ में उतना लाइक द टेस्ट सीरीज यूजुअली कम विद द सिलेबस ना, तो यू कंप्लीट दैट सिलेबस इन दैट मीनवाइल, देन राइट द टेस्ट. सो दिस वे यू विल गेट टू नो कि व्हाट आर यू डूइंग एंड हाउ यू आर गोइंग अबाउट इट. सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट कैन बी डन. So that is all I'll tell you from this particular segment here. Now people say that the problem is हम inspired है लेकिन हम motivated कैसे रहे. Okay, fine, let's discuss about inspiration and motivation first. So inspiration is something जो आपको you draw from somebody once in your life, right? Because you are like, you just like somebody doing something, or you're inspired by something, some person who's doing something in a particular way. So you are inspired once in your life. You just need inspiration once. Like you decide कि this is the person I want to be like, and then you're inspired and then you work for it, right? So that is it. Then comes the motivation issue as to how to be motivated all the time. Now, I do understand the fact that UPSC is not that easy. इतना आसान नहीं है. अगर इतना आसान होता तो सब लोग कर लेते, एक ही बार में कर लेते, but ऐसा नहीं होता. So the problem here is आप at times बहुत ज़्यादा depressed हो जाते हो because you didn't follow your timetable and stuff like that. Now, when does the depression thing come in? Depression आपको तब होता है because problem ये है कि आप लोगों ने एक टाइम टेबल बना लिया, ठीक है. सपोज उसमें 2 आवर्स का या 2.5 आवर्स का स्लॉट आपने लक्ष्मीकांत रीड करने के लिए रखा था. आप लोग वहाँ पे फंडामेंटल राइट्स एंड ड्यूटीज़ पढ़ रहे हो एंड साइड पे आपका फ़ोन है, ब्लिंक कर गया, लाइक फेसबुक नोटिफिकेशन, इंस्टाग्राम, व्हाट्सएप, व्हाटएवर, कोई नोटिफिकेशन आ गया, ठीक है. व्हाट यू विल डू इज़ यू लेट द बुक बी देयर एंड देन यू विल बी गेटिंग to your phone, you'll start one thing and then the chain goes on endlessly. अगर आप YouTube भी खोलोगे तो you'll find 30 links beneath one single link. So that is the problem. आप लोग channelize करके नहीं करते हो. Like initially जब आप स्कूल में पढ़ते थे, जब आप छोटे बच्चे थे, जब आप पढ़ रहे तो आप खाली पढ़ रहे थे. You were not doing things. जब आप खेल रहे थे, आप खेल रहे थे. So this is the problem nowadays. You want to do everything साथ में. That is not what you can do because multitasking with studying, okay, school college में होता है, but then UPSC demands a lot of dedication. I don't say आप 24/7 पढ़िए, but then when you are reading, please be reading during that time. अगर आप कुछ पढ़ रहे हो, polity, whatever you're reading, geography, economics, whatever, please उस time पे खाली वो पढ़िए. Because when you get distracted by certain things, the problem that will set in is आप अपना goal complete नहीं कर पाओगे. You will have backlogs to clear, and then when you have backlogs to clear, you're not getting your entire thing done on the time, then is when you get depressed. Then you're like, I am caught up, I am stuck, I have stagnated. So that is when it comes. So please channelize your energy into doing things which are important and correct. क्योंकि अगर आप सही तरीके से करने शुरू कर दोगे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी. You will finish your things on time and depression वाला issue खत्म हो जाएगा. So that is the main problem here. And then talking about motivation, like guys, if it is really important for you, why do you need motivation? Because सोचिए, like हर 2 दिन बाद क्या आपके मम्मी पापा आपको ये बोलते हैं कि बेटा सांस ले लो. You breathe every single day. There is nobody who comes and tells you to please breathe. You breathe it, right? Like you're breathing constantly. Nobody tells you to do it. Then if cracking UPSC is that important an issue for you, then why do people need to come and say कि please read? पढ़ लो, न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ लो, योजना पढ़ लो. क्यों? आपको करना है कोई काम करना है आपको पता है कि पढ़ के ही होने वाला है. Then why does anybody need to come and tell you कि नहीं यार पढ़ो, हो जाता है. अगर आप पढ़ेंगे सिर्फ तभी होगा. So please read. You do not need to outsource your motivation. Have a goal and let that goal drive you. Because अगर आपकी motivation अंदर से नहीं आ रही है, like if you're not doing it for your own self with a lot of diligence, forget it, it's going to happen. Until unless you want to do it for your own self, there is nothing else that can help you. Please do it for your own self. That is the only way to do it, right? So that is how you should be going about it. So that's all I had to give you from my own end. So I think that was all we covered, like the ones who did appear, what to do, how to go about it, and the motivation, inspiration thing. Avoid distraction, because क्या होता है कि अगर आप fundamental rights and duties पढ़ रहे हो अभी और आपने बस पढ़ते पढ़ते साइड में कोई you just checked a notification, even if you didn't actually get to your phone, you didn't open it but notification आ गया, you lost your channelized energy, right? तो अगर वही एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा तो आपको ये तो याद होगा कि आपने पढ़ा है, you will consider कि you read it, but you will not recollect it. Why? Because आपकी energy channelized नहीं थी, you were not focusing on one particular thing, you were not focused, and that is why you really didn't remember it. Because अगर आप उस टाइम उसको पढ़ लेते तो you would have remembered it, right? So that is the only thing. Channelize your energy, avoid distractions. I don't say that don't go out, don't do anything that you really like to. Make a timetable where you have time for going out with friends or going for a walk or whatever, but then please channelize it. Like when you're reading, when you're doing something else, you're doing something else. So that is the only thing that UPSC demands out of you. Constant effort, that is perseverance and hard work. That is it. If you're working constantly with a lot of hard work being put in, no matter which attempt it is, you will make it. Like trust me for this, अगर आपने मेहनत करी है, it will not go waste, provided आपने मेहनत करी है. पढ़ते टाइम फोन देखना and getting distracted with other things is not hard work. Hard work is putting aside everything else and then just focusing on one thing that you're doing. That is it. So that is all from my end. Good luck and prepare well.